All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rahah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Okay, peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And I just want to land back on a topic that I saw brothers going into about keeping your minds grounded, keeping yourself solid. All right, because one thing about it, when you come into the truth and you're baptized, you come back to your nationality, your history, you understand who you are, right? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were the so-called Israelites, and you're still trying to come back, and of course it's a process. It's not an overnight thing, but you're trying to renew yourself. Scriptures talk about that, be renewed daily, and you're trying to, become completely different in the way that you think, and the way you process things, and the way you do things. And one thing about it, it's not an easy thing to rewire yourself, but we do it according to what the Father tells us to do, right? According to the Scriptures. And there are many scriptures on that, man. The heart is deceitful above all things, because the flesh is weak, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. It gives us an understanding of that, and that's basically what our people are known for. All right, the spirit of our people, which right now the spirits of our people are completely lost, and they have no direction. But the different things that the Israelites have done, they've been known worldwide. The the wicked shit and the good shit is known worldwide. But I just wanted to touch on something, because this is a heavy demon that's going out, and I'm starting to see a lot more of our people get into it, and a lot more people co-sign it, and basically it comes from a mental breakdown. You got these celebrities and these Edomites who allow their male children to wear dresses. They allow the female to be like a dude. They're allowing dudes to compete in women's sports, and notice they don't allow women to compete in men's sports, though, even if they are transgender. But here's a quick article, because this is like the elder was going into, or the elder apostle rather, shall I say. This is something that's formulated by the elites who are under the rule of Satan. And the reason we can say that is because we can see the fruits of their labor. We can see that what the average person thinks, what the average Joe feels, they think, what they do. They call it the cradle to the grave program they have set up for you to watch fucking TV all day and be a complete idiot. All right, and that's why the average person who comes up to the camp, including myself, you really don't know all the things that you're supposed to know, because the scriptures talk about seek out your fathers, which maybe I might have known a couple of bits and pieces of history, but there's so much information and so many gaps to fill in as a so-called black, so-called Latino, so-called Native American, that they fill it with all of this bullshit. And that's why the scriptures talk about the vessels can hold no water. All right, we're supposed to have the vessels with the living water, and these other vessels, which is talking about idols, but even these other things that are outside of the truth, they really hold no water. All right, the scriptures talk about every man has his own folly. You have your distractions and shit, but ultimately, it's the truth that keeps you. That's supposed to keep you grounded. It's your knowledge of who you are. It's your faith. It's your fear. All of these things are supposed to keep you grounded in knowing yourself and knowing what your mission is. And here's a scripture on that. It says what? Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, fight you like men, be strong. And basically that word it's not quit, but it's quite. Quite you like men, be strong. Meaning, show yourself to be a man. Show your, make it known. And that's what brothers are doing. We're standing firm on our watch. We're doing all the things that the Lord has called us to do, the fellowships, the high holy days, everything in the spirit of Israel, the spirit of the book. We're trying to follow that because the Lord said he came to us in the spirit of the book. And the people who are in modern day Israel, they're not doing that. They're not in the spirit of the book. They can't go through the book and show you specific, exactly play by play. Like they got on YouTube, you can watch. They got Kobe. He has a series. He's got a series called. Matter of fact, let's look that up. Here it is. Yeah, he got a show detail, and he can basically, if you're you're into basketball or something, he can show you play by play. What somebody's doing, what they're supposed to be doing. He can walk you through it. All right, because just like the apostles always say, it's a mastery of the basic things that that gets you. That makes you grounded, that makes you it makes you the best. And the Israelites, that's something that we're known for, mastery of the basics, the milk. You have your pillar scriptures, which are considered milk. Excuse me. And when you look at Jake and one thing about him. Now Kobe's not in the truth, but one thing you'll hear him say in the interview, which shows that he has a zeal and he has a certain level of wisdom, is his only focus was basketball. That was it. When he was in the NBA, he didn't go out. He didn't party with people. He didn't go on vacations with people. You never saw him on TMZ. It was only basketball. That was it. It was that and only that, and you can see the results of that. And that's just an example of a Jake who's what people can do when we're focused. And the thing about television and all this shit, it wastes a lot of your time. It wastes a lot of time, so you really have to mark yourself and mark your time and make sure that you're on task. And that's basically what brothers are called to do. When you come into the truth, you're supposed to use your talents. But getting to this article, but this is an example of people who have lost their mind. This is an example of what happens when you allow people to mentally exploit you and you get weak. It says, because these Edomites, they're stupid and they're getting played and they don't even know it. And that's what this whole LBGT agenda is about. It says, as an environmental activist who was deplatformed from speaking venue by trans activists, in 2013 I developed curiosity about the power of this group to force its development. A year later, when Time magazine announced a transgender tipping point on its cover, wow, I had already begun to examine the money behind the transgender project. I have watched as all women's safe spaces, university, and sports open their doors to any man that choose to identify as a woman, whereas men who identify as trans women are at the forefront of this project. Women who identify as trans men seem silent and invisible, which, once again, that's why we say all of this shit is was by design by the elites, okay, to destroy these people. They use these they use demons basically, and they use all these different things that the scriptures talk about. That's why this is our armor, this is our defense. And if you're feeling weak mentally or because every brother goes through it. You go through that stumbling point where you're not feeling 100% confident in what you're doing. Hey, that's when it's time to pray, when it's time to fast, when it's time to get closer to brothers, because a lot of times that can do it, getting closer to the fire, getting closer to other brothers' spirits. And then, the scriptures talk about that. Two is better than one. One brother pulls you up, and then when he's down, you pull him up. But let me see, where's that? Then we're gonna jump straight to the important part. It said, "Who is funding the transgender movement? I found exceedingly rich white men with enormous cultural influence are funding the transgender lobby and various transgender organizations. These include, but are not limited to, Jennifer Pritzker, a male who identifies as a transgender; George Soros, which we know about him. He's a big name with the Democrats, and I believe I want to say he funded Black Lives Matter too. Martine Rothblatt, a male who identifies as transgender and transhumanist; Tim Gill, a gay man; Drummond Pike Warren and Peter Buffett. We know about Warren Buffett with all of his investments, Berkshire Hathaway and stuff. John Stryker, a gay man, which I believe all of these are gay white men, I'm pretty sure. Mark Bonham, a gay man, and Rick Weiland, a deceased gay man whose philanthropy is still LGBT oriented. Most of these billionaires fund the transgender lobbying organizations through their own organizations, including corporations." There you go. So that shit is being funded by these different billionaires, and she's basically giving the scoop on it. Let me see. And look how deep the tide runs with this shit. That's why, brothers, we can say that. We can say that this is a device of Satan. All right, to destroy the minds of men, and a lot of men are falling to it. They even got trans. You got a man who was born a man. You were born with a penis, but they switch and they let that shit in the military. And this is how this man is destroying himself. All right, folly is set in great dignity. It says, these funders often go through anonymous funding organizations such as Tides Foundation, founded and operated by Pike. Large corporations, philanthropists, and organizations can send enormous sums of money to the Tide Foundation, specify the directions the funds are to go, and have the funds get to their destination anonymously. Tides Foundation creates a legal firewall and tax shelter for foundations and funds political campaigns, often using legally dubious tactics. So Esau can route his own laws and shit and use a bunch of legalities to basically fund whichever corporations they want to secretly. These men and others, including pharmaceutical companies and the U.S. government, are sending millions of dollars to LGBT causes. Overall reported global spending on LGBT is now estimated at $424 million. And they still can't give any of us reparations. But they're spending $424 million on this bullshit. That's why the scriptures say they declare their sin as Sodom. This shit is not, no, man, no, we're not going with this. Hell no. Hey, that's another reason the Most High is gonna fuck these people up. It said from 2003 to 13, reported funding for transgender issues increased more than eightfold, which that's around the time that Barack Obama, I think that was 2008, he came in there, and they really jumped it up, growing at threefold the increase of LGBT funding overall, which quadrupled from 2003 to 2012. This huge spike in funding happened at the same time transgenderism began gaining traction in American culture. So the people who own the media, they own all of these different avenues. Just like I was just at the wine store, and they had Patron, I think it was like $39. And I said, man, that's not even that good for them to charge, more than the other tequilas. And they said, yeah, it's just it's all based on marketing. It's not based on flavor. And that's what this man has a control over: marketing, marketing, and more marketing. They control the market. They run the market. They open, they shut the market. They control the curriculum in the schools, right? So, hey man, this man, and basically once again, man, this is to destroy your mind. Where is it at? This is James 1:12. It said, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life which the Lord hath promised to them that love him." And that's what these weirdos do. They set all these snares up. You got all these, hey, the whore culture is cool now. You got all these women running around and all these different diseases and shit popping up, and it's a snare. You know, a lot of these women have men, and they're still trying to get with you on the side, and you know they got some shit you call you a side nigga. Like, what kind of ass backward shit is this? Where the woman can have a dude on the side. So it's all kind of snares and things. But if you can get past that, you're gonna receive a crown of life, and that's what brothers are fighting for. We're fighting for that crown of life. We want that. This man ain't competing. This man ain't trying to get a crown of life. Esau's not trying to get that. Ultimately, they believe that they have power and they'll have power forever. You know, and that's why they have that privilege. All right, this is a prayer of our forefathers. Esau's not praying this. Psalms 23:4. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff to comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest, prepare that the Lord's what the Lord is doing, preparing a table in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. There you go. And there are rules in the house of the Lord. That's why you have the book of Leviticus, book of Deuteronomy, so on and so forth. All right, and we're coming to a time where this is going to happen. Ecclesiastes 12:3, another favorite. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. Hey, and the strong men are bowing themselves. You got all these bodybuilders and all these guys. A lot of them are becoming transgender. You know, you got all these NFL players and these big, giant, jacked ass jakes, and they're into this gay bullshit. They're into this weirdo shit, or maybe they're not into it, but they don't speak out against it. All right, which really this is talking about the strong men of let's talk about the strong men of Esau. Hey, because a lot of these police, they're gonna kill themselves. These military forces, they're gonna kill themselves because they see that this bitch is gonna burn, and they see, damn, our empire is coming to a close. It's the mental pressure, right? Because for us, you know, we're trying to go up. They're already on top, so they're gonna be going down. So and that's a strain on your mind. That's why, you know, when we were brought here in America, it was a huge strain, and it was everything that we had was taken away from us, and the Lord had to bring it back, you know, through certain men. But it says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, because you're gonna see nothing but death. There's gonna be death and chaos. And we're coming to those times, man. Trump is at the border wall, proud. These people have fucked with everybody, other nation in the world, done invasions, interfered in politics, interfered in elections, and interfered with the people in these other countries. You know, you done dirty and shady business for so long. Well, then what's gonna happen when you start to weaken? Yeah, people are gonna look for openings. Right? The wolves, they're gonna come in to attack. And that's what's gonna happen with these other nations. They're gonna turn on this place. And they're turning now. You know, they'll come here Hey, it's a slow process. Well, it's not a slow process. Excuse me. It's a process. They come here, they shake Esau's hands. They try to shit on us. They try to get close to Esau, figure out all his secrets, figure out everything about him, what makes them tick, what they do in their personal lives, how they live, where they live. They get into the lifestyle of it. That's why when they talk to us and they look at us, it's with pure disgust because, with everything according to Esau, it has us on the bottom. Despite, the long history that our nation has had, in global history that nobody wants to talk about. And that's a whole nother issue, man. Nobody acknowledges any of our history, even though everything is actually very well recorded. You can find a lot of our history online, which a lot of it was destroyed or altered or changed or Esau whitewashed it, but you still have a lot of information out there. So, hey, call Halal Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Hey, the scriptures say, matter of fact, we're going to end on this one. Salakia, I should have had it pulled up. Hey, blessed, that's another one. Psalms 119 and 2. Not the one I'm looking for, but blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. So you're supposed to seek the Lord with your whole mind. Seek everything about it. Yep. Proverbs 4:23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So keep your mind focused. Keep your mind. Don't let this place, fuck you up. Even if you go through hell, even if you go through, different things with your flesh breaking down or whatever it might be. Keep your mind, because there is a reward. There is an end to this all. All of this stuff we're doing is for a reason, and it's all written here. And even if you get separated, you might get kicked out, you might get separated, or whatever the case may be. Shit, keep your mind. All right, the Lord's looking for the elect. It's not just out of one group, even though, certain even though Great Millstone is the top group in Israel, but hey, the Lord's looking for the elect. Could be separated, you could be with brothers, could never know. Keep your mind on it. Call Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, edifying, shalom.